make you feel, then they get to yelling and screaming and crying and all that type of stuff because their emotions still tied there, right? Okay, boom. Now we dealt with the emotions. Now let me help you see these situations and experiences perspective. Because once you see these experiences of your past from the right lens, then you can experience it different. Your relationship with these past things will be different, and then you can take your power back, right? And then forward, right? And so this is the thing. So as I'm talking, people are probably wondering, well, how does this affect or relate to me dating and being in a relationship with somebody else? This is how it affects it. Because wounds love attention, right?
Woo! Come on, preacher.
So wounds love attention, which means this: all the pain that you've gone through, negativity that you've gone through, all of those things are wounds, right? And let's understand, it's a difference between a wound and a scar, right? Because a wound is when you get hurt. A wound is when you get a cut. But a scar comes once you get hurt and you heal from it, right? So I said wounds love attention, which means that you've been wounded in the battle of your life, but you've yet to heal from it. And until you heal from it, you're going to continue to live life, and those wounds are going to do things and show themselves in ways to get attention from you or to get attention in general, right? So we have to face these wounds, face these issues, face these challenges, deal with them, face the emotions, elevate our perspective about them, and change our relationship with them so that we can take our power back and move forward with authority over all things, right? So that's how we handle that second level of relationships, which is with ourselves. Now, how does all of this tie in with our relationship with somebody else? One of the biggest challenges that individuals are having right now when it comes to relationships is idolizing them. People desire to be in a relationship with somebody else so bad that they don't value their singleness. They don't value their time, the time that they have right now, the freedom that they have right now, and the blessing of being single. And nobody talking about it. So listen, for all of my beautiful people that's watching this and will watch this, I need you to understand being single is a blessing. Do you hear me?
Come on now.
Being single is a gift. Why? Because when you're single, there are responsibilities and restrictions that you don't have on your life. You have the freedom and ability to move freely and not having to converse or get approval by other people. If I want to move to another country, I can't just pack up my bags and move. I can't, Bagani, I can't just come to South Africa.
You can't, bro.
I just can't pack up my stuff and come to South Africa. What I have to do is I have to sit down and have a conversation with my wife and say, hey, babes, I believe that we're supposed to be in South Africa. And then she'll say, Jesus can't tell me that, so you're going to have to give me some explanation.
Come on now.
And then if we do decide to move, that means we got to sell our houses, sell our cars. That means that we have to pack all of our stuff, get our kids together. I don't know if we got to get shots or whatever we got to do, but then we got to transition all of this stuff.
Sure.
I want to come to South Africa. You know what I got to do? Book my flight. I'm gone. If you're single, you have to understand that being single is a blessing. I need you to really get that. Because most people teach and preach that, yo, being married is the end goal. No, it ain't. Why? Because whether you're single right now or you married right now, if Jesus came back today, none of that matters. Like, it don't matter. It just, right? Because yes, I'm married to my wife and I love my wife, but if Jesus was to come back right now and we were in heaven together, we wouldn't be married. Why? Because we're the brides of Christ. Therefore, when he come back, we ain't married. I'm not married to my wife no more. I'm married.
Hey, South Africans, are you hearing this?
I'm just saying, like that just is what it is. And so when we talk about the necessity of these two primary levels of relationship, the first two, in comparison to and how they affect that third level, which is our relationship with other people, when we talk standards and expectations, in order for me to have standards that align with, let's go here first. So I believe that all men we kings, point blank period, because our daddy was a king. We believe that all of y'all are queens, point blank period, because y'all daddy was a queen. That means that as a king and as a queen, we're deserving of royal treatment.
Come on now.
Until I see myself as royalty, I'm not going to carry myself as royalty or expect royal treatment for somebody outside of me. So in order for me to experience the healthy, thriving, loving relationship that God truly desires for me to experience, it is necessary for me to see myself as the son of God, as a man of God, as a child of God, as a king, as a royal priesthood, like the Bible calls us. I need to carry myself like that. But then along with that belief, I need to create standards and expectations.
Come on.
Cause other people to treat me like that. Because, and I need all y'all to get this, people treat you how you teach people to treat you.
Sure.
Issue is this. A lot of y'all out here teaching people to treat y'all like basic, like average, like everyone, like just another man, like just another woman. No. You're a child of the Most High. Your daddy is the creator of all things. And in Hebrews chapter 2, 5-8, it says that God gave you authority over all things. And when it speaks of all things, that means nothing is left out. That means your daddy so much that he gave you authority over all things. I believe it's in John chapter 14. But Jesus is talking about how because he's going to the Father, we have access to ask for anything in his name and we'll get it. But then the Bible also says that with all the miracles and great things that Jesus has done, there are not enough books in the world to write them all down. But even you, whatever your name is, I need you to put your name here. You, whatever your name is, you have the ability to do everything that Jesus did plus greater.
Wow.
But in order for you to do that Jesus did plus greater, in order for you to walk in that authority over all things, in order for you to walk in and live out that royal priesthood, in order for you to experience those plans to prosper, give you hope in the future that Jesus gave you in Jeremiah 29:11, you have to believe that you're his child and stop thinking and seeing yourself. Because that's another challenge that we experience. Because we see ourselves as orphans rather than children of God, we act like orphans, right? We don't walk in alignment with the standard and expectation of the glory of God in the kingdom of heaven. Listen, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot.
Come on, Baptist preacher. He's getting hot in this place.
Is this one of my favorite characteristics, or I guess titles or response? It's really a responsibility. One of my favorite responsibilities that the Bible gives us is the title of ambassador.
Okay.
To understand is that an ambassador is a chosen official sent to a foreign land to represent the leader of where they came from.
Come on now.
Chosen official sent to a foreign land with the purpose of representing the leader that sent him. As God, as ambassadors for the kingdom, we are pre-qualified and chosen by God to represent him and his kingdom on earth. We got to understand that the reason why we have the 10 Commandments, the reason why we have Romans 1:26-32, 1 Corinthians 6:9-13, and the Bible in general is because God said, hey, I call you my ambassador. And it's a privilege, that's also a responsibility. And in order for you to walk in that responsibility and accomplish what I've called you to accomplish in that role, you got to know what the standard is.
Come on now.
Expectation is, right? Because in order for you to walk in that, you have to know what it looks like and what it's supposed to look like, which is why, once again, we got to spend that time in the Word. And all of it ties into relationships is because of this. Once again, in order for us to be confident and comfortable in implementing these standards and expectations and walking them out in a relationship, we have to believe and see ourselves as a child of God so that we know 100% without a doubt that we're deserving of this treatment. Right? So, beautiful people, I'm ready to go into Q&A now because I'm turned up. When we talk about relationships, it's great and amazing that you desire a healthy and thriving relationship with somebody else. But you have to understand, before you pursue or allow somebody to pursue you for a healthy and thriving relationship with them, you first need to get a healthy and thriving relationship with God, and then you got to get a healthy and thriving relationship with yourself. Because once you get those two things in order, it's going to keep you from being a part and connected to not even just romantic relationships, but relationships in general that do not align with the greatness and glory that God has ordained your life to experience. Where my water at?
Sure. My brother, you are just speaking fire. There's a question that someone asked me today. They said, can I date someone in another religion? I'm born again. I love Jesus. I'm fired up for Christ. I want to win souls. And this person is in another religion and I love them. What's your take on that?
My take is this. When we talk about love, so 1 Corinthians 13, anytime I talk about love, I go to 1 Corinthians 13 because that is the blueprint of love, right? And so I hope she's on here right now because I need her to get this in our spirit. First thing is this. People use love too loosely and in the wrong way.
Woo.
If you were to ask most people to define love, they're going to start with, well, love feels like, and they already got it wrong. Because love has nothing to do with a feeling. And this is why. Because if you compare the feeling of love, lust, and infatuation, which are the three phases of relationships, all three of those things feel the exact same. My heart gets to beat fast, right? I feel butterflies in the stomach. I'm excited. Like all of that's the feeling that people define love as, when infatuation and lust feel the exact same way. So whoever that individual is and whoever's watching that is in agreement with that question has to understand this. Love is not a feeling, it's a commitment. Love is not a feeling, it's a choice. It's a willingness to say, hey, I'm going to sacrifice on the behalf of us, right?
Yo.
John 3:16 says, for God so loved that he felt like giving his son. No, wait a minute. That ain't what it said, right?
Hey,
that ain't what it said.
You're too much, man.
I don't think it said that. I don't think it said, for God so loved the world that he felt like giving his only begotten son. It said, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. No feelings involved, because I'm a father. And if I'm active in my feelings, I'm not going to sacrifice none of my kids for none of y'all. Take it how you want to. That just is what it is. Not me, because my feelings. But if I had a commitment to the world that is bigger than the commitment that I have to just my child, if I had the responsibility of redeeming the world, if I had the responsibility of needing to give a sacrifice to reconcile the world back to myself, then I could give my child. Why? Because then I'm walking in love, because love is not about a feeling, it's about a commitment. And so, when we're talking about love, we have to understand that 1 Corinthians 13 gives us the blueprint of what that is. Right?
Yeah.
Feelings. It doesn't say nothing about feelings or emotions. It says love is patient. Love is kind, right? Does not brag, does not boast, does not envy. Like, it gives you characteristics and qualities. And if you ask yourself, hey, when I'm walking or being active in my feelings and emotions, how many of these characteristics of love am I actually walking in?